Hey friends, Narayani here. Welcome to another episode of Awaken Life Radio. It is truly an honor and a blessing to be able to serve you and support you and share all things wisdom and awakening. If you are new, please make sure to like or subscribe, whether you are listening through an audio or watching a video. Your support absolutely helps grow consciousness and support people in these times where there's quite a need for awakening wisdom. If you don't know me, I'm Narayani. I've been on the path of spiritual awakening for a bit, about 30 years, and just gonna pop in a couple of cute features here on the YouTube. Yay! And my work has always been about understanding the depth of who we are, why we're here, and kind of how to apply wisdom to life. And today's talk about navigating the in between is for you if you're just at that place where you're not quite arriving where you want to be in your life, whether that's in personal relationships, whether that's in doing the work that you feel like you're here to do, getting pregnant, menopause, possibly you're helping somebody else transition, which is a very difficult time. Since 2020, a lot of us have been needing to put our lives on hold in order to tend and care for people. And as our parents get older and life goes on and we have babies, we need to sometimes pause our visions or our personal life to care for others. And that too is quite an in between time. So, whether you're in any of those situations or something I didn't mention, but you know that you are not quite where you want to be, this podcast today is for you. And today we're going to talk about navigating the in between times when you don't really feel confident or inspired that your dream, your vision, your purpose is actually going to happen, or your manifestations. How do we navigate when we're not yet there and we're being called to be present with where we are? So the kind of answer was in that question. Myself, I feel like I am a transition queen. I have been through child childhood disease, losing the love of my life, holding space for my dad's passing, career changes. I probably moved about 25 times in my adult life, always changing, changing, changing. And that's why I wanted to talk about this topic, because we need to be able to stay in balance when we're in these in between times, right? So, and when I say stay in balance, I'm actually not referring to taking care of yourself. Of course, take care of yourself the best you can. Take care of your physical hygiene, your energy hygiene. If you don't know what that is, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. Take care of your mind, take care of your body. And when we take care of ourselves, we can care for others that we love as well, and that we are supporting and serving. So maybe your work is not taking care of people, but it's working at the Lowe's or working at a store or running a family business. Whatever you're doing that is supporting the world is service. And whether you're doing exactly what you want to be doing or not, you have to take care of yourself in order to be able to have extra to give and to be sustainable. So, when we're in the in between times, I'm going to share a couple of major points that I think could really help you to make sure that you're staying sustainable and not just taking care of yourself, but also taking steps towards. I don't want to record this. You're actually taking steps towards creating what you feel is your next thing. Okay, I want this to, sorry, I'm also producing while I'm recording. Okay, so let's talk about beyond self care, and let's talk about the energy hygiene that helps you to get attuned to that which you are wanting to manifest beyond the in between time. So, when you're in the in between time, it's a great time to really prepare for that which you are creating. How will you prepare for what your what's next is? How will you prepare to enter into a new phase of your life? How will you prepare on a yin level internally? And how will you prepare externally? Now, if you don't know, you must know that we are absolutely vibrational beings. And what that means is that we are made of subtle energy, very dense physical energy, watery emotional energy, spiritual energy, inner light, and emotional and mental. So, where are you in navigating and regulating your energy when it comes to staying in balance in between all of those aspects of your being? Are you feeling mentally sharp? Are you feeling physically strong and healthy? Are you feeling emotionally tended to? Are you feeling spiritually awake? And so take a moment and look at those things, those four, and you could see where you need to work towards being in a little more balance. Now, I'm putting this microphone on my chest here, if you're watching the video, because I want to draw a little chart to show you. And this is something that my partner who passed away, Chief Elkman, he taught me, and it was really cool. So I'm going to share this with you. Okay, this is a chart. Actually, it looks like this. This is a chart that helps you really assess where you are when it comes to making sure that you're in balance and that you're vibrationally attuned to the best you can be in any given moment, while also preparing yourself beyond the in between time. So, between now and what you're creating in the future. So, this is what you're going to do. You're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to draw 4 columns. Each column represents another aspect of your being. So, you have your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual. It's like a chart. Those are written on the bottom, and you're going to draw 4 lines down. And then on the side, on the left, you're going to put 1 to 100 going up. From there, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of assess where you are. So if you're watching the video, you could see, am I mentally at like not really that clear? I'm about 50%. Emotionally right now, I feel really clear. I understand my feelings and my needs. I'm expressing myself and I feel balanced emotionally. I'm going to go, maybe I'm at like 70% emotionally. Spiritually, am I doing my practices? Am I praying? Am I listening to my angels? Am I connecting with God? I'm pretty good. Maybe I'm going to put myself at like an 85% up here. And then physically, how am I doing? Am I living with pain? Am I feeling healthy? Where am I at physically? So I'm going to put myself, maybe I'm at like an 80%. I'd say I'm at a good place. And what this does is this shows you where you have room to grow and what exactly you can be working on. So I see here my mental was a little low and I could work on getting more clear in my mind. Okay. Now, if you're not watching the video and you're listening to the audio, if you're listening to the audio, what you can do is you could just write a percentage: physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Give yourself 0 to 100, be intuitive, don't overthink it, and then see where it is that you could do some balancing work. Now, if you do not know how to restore balance or feel like you know, but you can't actually act on it, I absolutely invite you to check out my awakening cards or the Awakening Map book or course. The book and the cards will be out after March of 2026. If you're listening before then, check out below the link to the Awakening Map course. And I invite you to consider doing the course, which is a wonderful 13-week course or longer, but at least 13 weeks that takes you through learning the secrets that healers and shamans know about dismantling disease, healing ancestral patterns, manifesting more love and sacred service in the world. Now, this is a really comprehensive course. There's a whole book that I'm writing on it. There's a meditation deck that supports you in it as well. And it's very valuable if you're on the path of personal transformation and change. So you can grab it below. I will put a link for you. And for now, taking time to assess isn't designed to make you feel bad that you're not yet where you should be. It's designed to help you be aware so you have the freedom to make another choice when it comes to how you can do some gentle regulation and navigate the in-between times. If you're standing at the altar at your wedding and you're looking into the eyes of your beloved and you're completely in the right place and everything in your body is lit up, you know that you are in the right place at the right time. You might not. You might be scared. That's a different scenario. But if you're absolutely sure that you're in the right place at the right time, you're not necessarily in the in between. Those are one of the peak moments in your life. And in between time is before you're engaged, while you're still getting cancer treatment, while you're still studying to enter into a new career. In those times, if we feed our anxiety without integrating and alchemizing and processing our anxiety or our resistance, we end up pushing back the manifestation of that thing, of that peak experience. If we are regulating the nervous system and practicing working with the different levels of our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being, we can come into congruency within and harmonics within so that we can get clear guidance. For example, if you are stressed about reaching the money goals that you have and you just invested in a course, if you just invested in some kind of course and you're not yet reaching the goals that you have financially, and you're worried about it and you're worried about it and you're worried about it, your mind, so your emotional state would be worry, your mind is going to be colored by that worry. Your mind is not going to see clearly the possibilities, the options, the creative outlets, the potential partnerships, the things that could give you solutions will not be evident if your mind is clouded with negative emotional response. Now, your negative emotional response is valid. There are reasons that we are still in survival mind. There are reasons that we have anxiety in this world. The outer world does not look very stable. There is lots of evidence that these are crazy, unstable times. And so we get to feel that craziness. What I mean by evidence is that your senses, what you see on social media, what you see in the world, your what you hear, as well as your memories, will give you evidence that it's not safe to be happy, healthy, connected, inspired. But when you can alchemize the negative emotional fear, anxiety, worry into lightness of being, you have a different perspective, and your mind, the way that you process thought, will also change. So we want to make sure that we are regulating and tending to the different aspects of being in the in-between times so that we can get attuned beyond negative emotional responses and into a lightness of being that is rooted in compassion, strength, inspiration, um, possibility. And I want to talk about possibility and attunement because the prayer of a possibility, you will manifest the finances, the relationship, the healing for your community, blah, 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 whatever it is that you intend. You will manifest the prayer if it is coming from deep inside your heart easier. Nothing's guaranteed. I'm not saying for sure because I don't know what's going to happen, but it will be more likely and easier if you are attuned to a state of balance, to a state of balance. And a state of balance comes from regulating different aspects of your energy being, of your energy self, of your personal self, spiritual self, emotional, psychological self. And how you regulate is absolutely up to you. It is not anyone else, including me, it is not my job or anyone else's job to tell you what you should do. I am simply informing you of ways that I work and that I've worked with thousands of people to bring healing and to bring them through great transformations where they've been able to manifest money, health, more happiness, vitality, discipline, career satisfaction, service, soul spirited, divine driven work in the world. We want at the end of our lives to be able to look back and go, I did it. I came here to do something and I did it and I am complete. That completion makes your transition easier, much easier. I'm flashing on my father who passed away in 2021. God rest his soul, Marv. And how he had told us for many years that he, at the end of his life, if he was suffering on any kind of hookup or he was in bed, he was out. He didn't want to be here anymore. He did not want to stay in this world if he could not fully live his life. And he told us he was ready to go. And he was on a lot of meds and he didn't seem like he was ready to go, but he had been bedridden at the time. So I asked his doctor if he could be on hospice, and the doctor said yes. And my dad passed away 2 weeks later on his own terms. He was ready, and it was such a teaching for me and my family to see somebody feel complete. He had all of his affairs in order. He said goodbye, and he left. I want that. I want to be able to leave feeling complete. And in order to do so, that is going to require me fully living my life to the best of my ability and showing up even when it's difficult. And when we navigate through regulating the emotional body, we do that through working with the nervous system. And we work with the nervous system through grounding, breathing, moving, meditation, and mindfulness. That's how I do it. And through understanding the nature of how the body and the mind are connected in order to continue to return to a state of balance in the in between times. In the in between times. So, what do you need to do to stay in balance right now is a question that we often ask at my school with the courses, with all my body of work. And before we ask what we need to do to stay in balance, we actually assess what issues we're navigating through. So, if you can get clear on where you're at mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, it's a great start to prepare yourself to start to find ways to regulate how you're showing up between the potentiality of your vision and the practicality of this moment. And so when I talk about returning to balance, I'm really talking about being a conduit between heaven and earth. Your little universe, and from your perspective, you're a spark of light in the universe. What do you need to do to stay in balance in potential between what you see will happen and where you are now? This way of being will help you to get closer to the frequencies of that which you are manifesting. Okay, so now I want to know any thoughts that you have, feelings, perspectives from watching this video. Any questions that you have, you can leave in the chat. And if you're on YouTube, and if you're listening through another platform, feel free to send me an email at hello@narayanigaya.com. I really, really hope that this video helped you. Now, please like and subscribe to this channel. And if this is valuable, we love 5 stars. Feel free to rate what is authentic. But if you love it, let us know. And also, if you need support, you can grab the cards, the book, get on the wait list, or grab the course, depending on what's available right now. And the links will be below. Thank you so much. It's an honor and a blessing to serve you, and I look forward to connecting with you again. If you have a request for topics you would like me to discuss, feel free again to send an email to hello@narayanigaya.com or at awakenlifeschool@gmail.com. And again, thank you so much. And I really hope that this helps. I love you. Stay strong, stay present, do a little bit of inner work, and it'll go a really long way. Everything you do in a good way for yourself that is really good for you will benefit the vibrations of the planet. So keep up the